Welcome, welcome, welcome into another day and another lesson in A Course in Miracles. Today we are on lesson 132. I loose the world from all I thought it was. I loose the world from all I thought it was. And that is following up for No One Can Fail Who Seeks to Reach the Truth, lesson 131. Before we get into this, which by the way, buckle up, Buttercup. This is a long one for today. Really get to spend some time being with this lesson and sitting with it. But let's take a minute or two first to just ready ourselves to be present, to be in the here and now with this lesson, closing the eyes or settling the gaze a few inches in front of you. And taking some big breaths in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Spending some time to rest in God. Quieting the mind. Releasing the stories. And just being with the breath. This lesson is finding us at the perfect time, the perfect moment. Taking one more breath here. And wiggling fingers and toes. Bringing your attention gently to the space as we get into I loose the world from all I thought it was. So what keeps the world in chains but your beliefs? And what can save the world except yourself? Belief is powerful indeed. The thoughts you hold are mighty, and illusions are as strong in their effects as is the truth in its effects. A madman thinks the world he sees is real and does not doubt it. Nor can that person be swayed by questioning the thoughts, the effects of those thoughts. It is but when their source is raised to question that the hope of freedom can come to that hypothetical madman or us at last. Yet is salvation easily achieved, for anyone is free to change their mind, and all their thoughts change with that. When we change our mind, all of our thoughts change with it. Now the source of thought has shifted, for to change your mind means that you have changed the source of all the ideas you think or ever thought or yet will think. You free the past from what you thought before. You free the future from all ancient thoughts of seeking what you do not want to find. The present now remains the only time. Here in the present is the world set free. For as you let the past be lifted and release the future from all your ancient fears, you find escape and give it to the world. You have enslaved the world with all your fears. I have been enslaving the world with all my fears, with our doubts and our misery, our pain and tears, and all our sorrows press on it and keep the world a prisoner to our beliefs. Death strikes it everywhere because we hold the bitter thoughts of death within our mind. The world is nothing in itself. Our mind must give it meaning, and what we behold upon the world are our wishes. acted out so we can look on them and think that they're real. Perhaps we think, I didn't make this world, right? And you might be saying, wait, you didn't make this world, right? But came unwillingly to what was made already, hardly waiting for our thoughts to give it meaning. And yet in truth, we found exactly what we looked for when we came. There is no world apart from what we wish. And herein lies our ultimate release. Change but your mind on what you want to see, and all the world must change accordingly. Ideas do not leave their source. This central theme is often stated in the text and must be borne in mind if we want to understand the lesson for today. It is not pride that's telling us that we've made the world we see and that it changes as we change our mind. But it is pride that argues that we've come into a world that's quite separate from ourselves, impervious to what we think, and quite apart from what we chance to think that the world is. There is no world. This is a central thought the Course attempts to teach. Not everyone is ready to accept it. And each one of us must go as far as we can let ourselves be led along the road to truth. We will return and go still farther, or perhaps we're going to step back a while and then return again. But healing is the gift of those who are prepared to learn that there is no world, and when we can accept that lesson now. Our readiness will bring the lesson to us in some form that we can understand and recognize. So some see it suddenly on the point of death and rise to teach it. Others find it an experience that is not of this world, which shows them that the world does not exist because what they behold must be the truth, and yet it clearly contradicts the world. And some will find it in this course and in the exercises that we do today. Today's idea is true because the world does not exist, and it is indeed our own imagining. Then we can loose it from all the things we ever thought it was by merely changing all the thoughts that gave it these appearances. The sick are healed as we let go all thoughts of sickness. And the dead arise when we let the thoughts of life replace all thoughts we ever held of death. A lesson earlier repeated now must be stressed again, for it contains the firm foundation for today's idea. You are as God created you. You are as God created you. There is no place where you can suffer, and no time that can bring change to your eternal state. How can a world of time and place exist if you remain as God created you? What is the lesson for today except another way of saying that to know yourself is the salvation of the world? To free the world from every kind of pain is but to change your mind about yourself. There is no world apart from your ideas because ideas leave not their source. And you maintain the world within your mind in thought. Yet if you are as God created you, you cannot think apart from God, nor make what does not share God's timelessness and God's love. Are these inherent in the world that you see? Does the world that you see create like God? Unless it does, it is not real and cannot be at all. If you are real, the world you see is false. For God's creation is unlike the world in every way, and it is by God's thought by which you were created. So it is your thought which made the world and which must set it free, that you may know the thoughts that you share with God. Release the world. Your real creations wait for this release to give you your creationhood, not of illusions, but as God, in truth. God shares his ability to create his fatherhood with you, who are his creation, who are his son. For he makes no distinctions in what is himself and what is still himself. What God creates is not apart from God, and nowhere does the Father end. And the Son begin as something separate from him. There is no world because it is a thought that is apart from God and made to separate us from God and break away a part of God, and to break away a part of God himself, and thus that would destroy God's wholeness. Can a world which comes from this idea be real? Can it be anywhere? Deny illusions, but accept the truth. Deny that you are a shadow briefly laid upon a dying world. Release your mind and you will look upon a world that's released. Today our purpose is to free the world from all the idle thoughts we ever held about it, and about all living things we see upon it. They cannot be there. No more can we, for we are in the home our Father set for us along with them, all the other living beings. And we who are as God created us would loose the world this day from every one of our illusions, that we may be free. So we're going to begin the 15-minute periods in which we practice twice today with this. I, who remain as God created me, would loose the world from all I thought it was, for I am real, because this world is not, and I would know my own reality. Then merely rest, alert, but with no strain, and let your mind in quietness be changed, so that the world is freed along with you. You need not realize the healing comes to many equals, many brothers and sisters across the world, as well as to the ones you see nearby, as you send out these thoughts to bless the world. But you will sense your own release, although you may not fully understand as yet that you could never be released alone. Throughout the day, increase the freedom sent through your ideas to all the world, and say, whenever you're tempted to deny the power of your simple change of mind, I loose the world from all I thought it was and choose my own reality instead. What is that reality? That you are as God created you. All right, beautiful. Let's get into this 15-minute practice period, resting but alert. Once I start the timer, I will read that first statement. And we're not going to be released alone. So let's send this out to all the world, all of our equals. But we don't even have to understand that. We can just focus on our own release and our own freedom, and we'll come to understand how there's no way we can free ourselves without also freeing others. Let's get started. Repeating after me to yourself, I, who remain as God created me, would loose the world from all I thought it was, for I am real, because the world is not, and I would know my own reality. Beautiful practice period. We loose the world from all we thought it was. And this takes me back to one of the really earlier lessons where it said, you know, the Word of God is written all over. And so changing our minds, changing our beliefs, so we could see the Word of God that is written, and we can behold the truth. Yeah, I mean, feeling so grateful. You know, it says some of us are going to find it in this course, and one of the things I love so much about this path is it doesn't claim a monopoly on the truth. There are other ways to get there, but I trust that we're here for a reason and for a purpose and engaging with these lessons, and so grateful to be on the path with you. Much love, and I'll look forward to joining with you tomorrow as we move along to lesson 133.